My beloved, pause for a moment and let this land. You didn't mean to stop here. A simple click, barely a thought, yet it counted. Notice how things have angled just a touch since yesterday. Not luck, not spectacle, movement meeting the right instant. That inner shift you sense is real, clear, and only obvious to those who notice the quiet. The sky didn't announce it, it spoke softly, and here you are. Stay right here. Being reached matters. Each second reshapes your story, gently guiding events in your favor. A small choice, when calm prevailed over noise, opened a door that had been sealed for a long time. From unseen places, subtle messages rise. They speak of the strength you held when pressure closed in. That steadiness is what turned the key. Because of that choice, something changes. Barriers loosen. What was stuck begins to move without strain. Remain until the final word fades, then observe what appears. Perhaps a vibration in your pocket, a face crossing your thoughts, a cool brush along your arms, or sudden warmth with no cause. That fullness in your chest is not coincidence, it's a quiet signal that something aligned is approaching. You've cried in silence and kept going while wondering if anyone noticed. It was noticed. Every tear registered, every sleepless night counted, every moment you chose belief when clarity was absent mattered. Nothing was missed. What belongs to you returns amplified. Stay present, because attention keeps the connection intact. When focus wanders, it weakens. What matters most arrives when awareness settles. Stillness carries this forward, step by step, not chance. This hour was shaped gently, with intention. A whisper once trailed behind you from someone convinced you would fall. That voice has no hold now. Strength stands close, steady and clear. The weight you carried loosens and slips away, unable to cling to who you are. Protection settles in, constant and warm, like a circle that does not waver. Words that once stung lose their force. Assumptions thin out and disappear. Safety gathers around you. Something moves nearby, unseen. It could be a sound, a message, or a sudden thought of someone you didn't expect. Pieces slide into place quietly. The calm you chose becomes the turning point that changes everything. A message comes through with clarity. Loss was never the outcome. Things were rearranging, not breaking. Remain exactly where you are. Don't rush. When these words end, what comes next won't mirror what came before. The waiting is finished. Movement begins faster than doubt. Help arrives in ways you couldn't have mapped on your own, opening routes you wouldn't have discovered alone. Your presence here is not accidental. Circumstances bent to bring you to this point. A sign will appear, simple, unmistakable, showing that what you've held on to has begun to move forward. Stay attentive. There's something meaningful carried in these words. Be still. The moment arrives without announcement, and your attention makes it real. This quiet shift starts because you chose to remain. Momentum replaces what once dragged. What was motionless begins to flow with purpose. A single word may land with force, filling you with gratitude. Signals like this are rare. Stay with the silence and move past doubt. Something real is already in motion, whether you see it yet or not. A change shaped by something larger is close. Hold your ground. What follows sets everything firmly in place. Old heaviness drains away. Doubt thins. The air clears. Someone who never noticed you before now speaks your name where opportunities grow. A small act from long ago rises back into view. A message arrives unexpectedly. A burden lifts without warning. Plans adjust swiftly. You'll recognize the moment when it comes. That instant starts the thread forward. Something meant for you has always existed, held in quiet care, waiting only for your presence to line everything up. Right now, beneath this night sky, that alignment begins. This reaches further than what language usually calls grace. There is a soft instant here, like being acknowledged after a long stretch of silence. Gratitude lives in choosing steadiness, especially when falling apart would have been easier. What comes next reaches beyond what you can picture. It may feel unreal until it stands in front of you. First comes trust, then confirmation. That is the order things follow beyond what's visible. The shift you feel inside at this moment is genuine. Belief starts before evidence appears. Take a slow breath and notice the warmth settled behind your ribs. It's real, not imagined. Support stands close. The past no longer sets the rules. A clear voice cuts through the quiet, close enough to name what you've been carrying. Let each weight fall away. Stay where you are. Move only when it's unmistakable. Remain until the end. As this closes, your surroundings begin to feel different. Maybe a sound breaks the air, then a calm settles in. That simple stillness is your answer. Doubt ends there. An unexpected approach is guided directly to you. Don't rush past this instant. What's on its way will find you soon. Stay attentive. One moment will lock into place without warning. What you've wanted arrives with a tone and a feeling that fits perfectly. It's present beneath every line here. A quiet message carries your name through a doorway you've never noticed. A conversation forms where someone brings you into focus. Something unseen continues to unfold gently. You can feel the change already. Being recognized has begun. Let each second remain until the last one passes. Your heartbeat aligns with a steady, meaningful rhythm. What settles into place feels almost too exact to question. Notice how naturally it comes together. Movement starts where things once felt frozen. Small moments connect, shaping what follows. What you hear carries a quiet signal meant to stir something awake. When trust enters, responses begin. The sense of waiting dissolves. What is meant to appear finally has room to step forward. Change won't arrive from the direction you expect. It comes at an angle, carried by someone with genuine intent. Their energy is clear, uncomplicated. There's truth in them, and their words reorder what truly matters. A shift may happen before the day closes, offering simple confirmation that this message has weight. It could be a gentle alert or a calm settling through you without explanation. When that happens, remember these words. That is your signal. You are supported, always. What once felt like wasted time was actually preparation. Nothing needs repayment. Something within you has been forming quietly for this exact point. The current has begun to move in your favor. Remain where you are. Be still. Let this settle deeply. In this moment, patience receives its answer. A quiet assurance comes through, saying, "You did not fail. You made room." Stay present until the final instant. This closes now, and what follows appears. Name yourself. Accept what belongs to you. Give your agreement. Stay with this space. Keep your attention here. A presence stirs nearby, touching the place where inner light wakes up. What feels like magic becomes visible, working openly. Your thoughts have softened, allowing progress. Calm was the choice that shifted everything. One steady breath paused the spiral and set unseen help in motion. You've reached the place where intention turns into form. Remain. Soon signs appear, not dramatic, but unmistakable. A slight tingle, sudden warmth, a slow, easy breath. Quiet gathers around you like something gentle. It may seem ordinary, yet it carries meaning. Support is close, lifting what you are ready to bring forward. Hesitation clears and space opens. You step forward and motion returns. Life begins to unfold as if every moment lands exactly where it belongs. Right now, movement starts toward that meeting, that voice, that opening you've been holding room for. What once felt unreachable suddenly draws near. According to Archangel Michael, unseen realms brighten with your name. A quiet tone of victory hums close by, drawing subtle joys toward you. Stillness resting around you like a shield shaped into dignity. What you waited for is no longer distant. It moves just ahead. Keep your awareness steady until the final instant. A surprise is already in place, ready. The realization arrives like a soft breath that says, "This is it." Stay alert all the way through. Notice the shift. Your inner rhythm adjusts as you read. Each line guides you gently toward balance, ease, and maybe even wonder. When these words end, what is meant to happen is already set in motion. The heaviness lifts quickly. Delays no longer stretch on. This message marks the turn. The long pause ends here. Take a slow breath. Stay present. Keep your attention open. This moment belongs to you. Look closely and a pattern appears. Archangel Michael says the air around you changes. Light grows clearer wherever your name is carried. What once fractured your strength now speaks more powerfully than silence ever did. Moving forward means stepping onto the ground between who you were and what lies ahead, a steady current humming beneath everything. These words carry a frequency meant to awaken purpose, calling possibilities before they even have names. Stay here. That choice brings alignment. Messages travel through unseen paths toward those connected to your turning point. A door that was shut may open now as timing shifts without warning. Someone who once turned away could return simply because circumstances realign. Grace moves with more force than words ever could. Growth happens naturally once the pressure lifts. Soft steps travel farther than loud demands. Your moment doesn't arrive with noise, it arrives through presence. Notice the warmth around your name. It communicates without sound. Be still now. Let your breathing slow, weighted by struggles that stretched on too long. Calm returns again. A quiet assurance moves through you, saying you've arrived. Every unseen tear, every lonely night, every time you chose compassion over anger mattered. Nothing was wasted. Remain steady. This presence stays close. Because you didn't leave, something unseen agrees to let you go free. What was meant for you steps forward now, confirmed. Before the day closes, a small sign appears, gentle but unmistakable, so doubt has no place. This isn't only language on a screen, it's evidence, clear and real. The sky paid attention. Everything begins to shift softly at first. Pause here for one breath. The moment you began reading, a meaningful change ignited near where your name holds weight. Your quiet struggles were witnessed and honored. The turns, the silences, the sudden stops all guided you towards something you couldn't yet see. Stay close. You're near the end of one chapter. Right now, your spirit rests exactly where it should. A subtle pull draws new opportunities closer. What disappeared long ago starts returning without warning. Remain present. This instant doesn't repeat. It changes the course of things. Calm follows chaos. Life adjusts without announcement. What belongs to you finds its place, clean and settled. Notice how peace arrives when you least expect it. With each breath, the heaviness loosens. Light gathers nearer, step by quiet step. Something small may stand out, a repeated number, a familiar name, a cool sensation passing over you. This isn't coincidence, it's alignment taking shape. What you speak holds more weight now. Choose hopeful words and watch how quickly life responds. Agreement shifts momentum. This is no longer stillness, it becomes motion. A defining point in your life begins here. Stay with it. Energy like this leads directly to what's meant to meet you soon. A voice calls your name and everything adjusts. What arrives does so without force. It comes on its own. Stay present. Each moment you remain draws it nearer. The pattern around you carries the tone of success. Breathe into the calm. You stand grounded and certain. Rising feels natural when you recognize who you are. Release what pulls you down. Quiet the inner noise. Pay attention to actions rather than promises. Look up. The waiting ends here. What you've earned begins now. Stay exactly where you are. Don't leave this space. This moment arrives exactly when your soul expected it. Reading these words activates signals already unlocking what's been prepared for you. The change has begun. Subtle, steady, undeniable. Doors that once resisted now open freely. What was once tangled begins to align. Calm settles in. Attention rests on you at the point where light and shadow meet. You may only sense it after everything grows quiet. A steady warmth forms behind your ribs, not excitement, but certainty. This presence never forces itself. It arrives as the noise fades, steady and clear, and that is how you know it is real. Stay quiet now. Let what you desire move toward you. Pause instead of rushing. Receive rather than chase. Stillness is strength. Those who once overlooked you will begin to notice. Even now, your value is increasing in ways not yet visible. Opportunities appear that cannot be blocked. A message comes soon, perhaps a word, a number, or a name. What seems ordinary carries something immense. Pay attention. It holds more than it shows. Look at what you endured. Quiet resolve speaks louder than force ever could. Hold on a little longer. Courage chosen without recognition is seen. This moment sets something larger into motion. When logic urges retreat, stillness keeps you anchored. As you breathe, something new steps forward to meet you. A sign of renewal and recovery settles over you. As this phase completes, good things begin to surface. Silence replaces tension. Clear thought replaces doubt. Calm takes the place where fear once lived. Move forward now. Good news is close. Remain steady. This moment carries weight. Don't step away from it. A subtle shift hums ahead, marked with your name. While you breathe, a signal meant only for you opens above. Barriers fall one by one. Even the pauses served a purpose. Stay present until the end. Something gentle appears, perhaps a sound, a note, or a detail that makes no sense at first, yet fits perfectly. That's how it arrives, quietly, wrapped in ordinary form. Errors and pain that were never yours begin to dissolve. A steady presence moves in, repairing without noise. This brings an ending shaped by clarity, where nothing once felt reachable. A turning point is here. The brightest chapter waits just ahead. What seemed broken was only delayed, never lost. Some answers take time because alignment matters. Stay through the final moment. This change moves carefully, touching where you live, how you earn, how you connect. Light comes first, small signs follow. A softened expression, an unexpected laugh, messages from people long gone, then clarity about your next step. Remain still and let this truth settle deep. Notice calm returning. This quiet strength is where grace completes its work. This is no longer about waiting. Movement begins today. What is finished is behind you. What begins now is ahead. Type Amen.